All right, welcome to the video for the homework assignment for lesson number 1. Lesson number 1, we first introduce you to proofs, how we can show proofs, and we showed a basic form of how we can prove two triangles are congruent, which is called the side-side-side congruence relationship. Now, the first question says identifying the missing side that would be needed to form congruence of side-side-side. So to be able to form congruence of side-side-side, all three sets of corresponding sides have to be congruent. So right now, in what's given to us, AC is congruent to FD and AB is congruent to ED. The only thing they have yet to show us is this third side is congruent to this third side. So what we would need to show side-side-side congruence is that BC is congruent to EF. That's all I was asking you to do for number 1. All right, number 2 is a proof. Number 2 is a proof. The givens are there. Both givens tell us congruent segments. But remember, with our proofs, we always want to first highlight. So let's highlight our two triangles. I have a triangle here, and I have a triangle here. Notice we have an overlap here of our highlighter, which is good. We like to see that. Okay, so the first given, AB is congruent to CD. That's just a set of segments. AB is congruent to CD, label it in your picture. And BC is congruent to AD. That's also just a set of segments, so I'm going to put them in the same bubble. If you made separate bubbles, it's okay. Why did I know those were true facts? They were given to me as true facts, so we'll just say given. You have to say given there. Now, the next thing that I'm hoping that you saw, because we did a lot of it in the lesson, was that these two triangles have a common side, BD. So I could say BD is congruent to BD, and the reason why is the reflexive property. Now that I have all this down, all these true facts down, I know that I have 3 sets of corresponding sides that are congruent in both triangles. So I could say triangle ABD is congruent to triangle CDB by side, side, side. And right now that's the only reason that we have. Let's try another one. So in the next example, I have a different picture and I have some interesting givens, right? The first given says midpoint, so that means I don't have to infer or think of something from that given. The second given just tells us two segments are congruent. We like that one. But let's start with highlighting first. So let's highlight the two triangles they're asking me to prove. So I have two triangles that they're asking me to prove here. Okay? Q is the midpoint of MN. That means wherever Q is, it's cutting that segment of MN into 2 equal pieces. NP is congruent to MP, and I'm hoping you saw the reflexive property here again. So let's put down on paper, right? Q is the midpoint of MN. Given, that's how we knew it was true. From that given, what did we infer? What did we see? We saw that NQ was congruent to MQ. The order of the letters doesn't matter here, because a midpoint divide a segment into 2 congruent segments. All right, that took care of the first given. The second given we like because there's nothing to think about or infer from it. And the third thing we were able to label or show on my picture was that QP was congruent to QP by the reflexive property. So then we can finally say triangle PNQ is congruent to triangle PMQ by side, side, side. After today, that will not be the only rule. That's it. That's your homework video. Hopefully this helped. Hopefully you were able to do a lot of this by yourself with a little bit of my help. If you needed a lot of my help, please reach out to me so we can clear that up before we move on. This is going to keep building. All right, make sure you're trying all your homework, and I will see you soon.